Hello and welcome to today's Just Chopsing Podcast, and with myself and David. We have a couple of guys from Single by Sunday. They are a Scottish
Unfortunately, we are Scottish, yeah.
pop punk band,
Yes.
if you can't tell by the hair. But it's another Scottish band on, because this is quite a bit of turning into a bit of a theme for us, because we've just actually got a programme going on Scottish Rocks Radio.
Ah, no, very nice, very nice.
So we've got a Scottish radio show as well as a Welsh podcast. How's that?
When was the last time we were in Wales? Like 2016?
Something like that.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
We played Cardiff.
I liked Wales.
That was good, though.
Wales was great.
I mean, we were only there for a brief period of time, but what we seen we liked. So.
Oh, it's changed loads now.
Yeah. I think
Yeah, that's right.
Fuel. I don't know if you know Fuel.
Yeah, Fuel. Yeah,
Yeah,
How do you remember that?
We played there in Tez. That was class. That was such a good venue.
This guy.
Fuel is a good venue.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever been there, but David has.
Yeah.
I've only been to Fuel once, but I didn't even see a band there. I went there for pre-drinks before we went to Cardiff Castle to watch a band.
Ah, nice. Yeah. It's
a nice venue.
And he went for post-drinks with Scarlet Rebels.
I did, yeah.
What was it?
So it was those damn Crows and Scarlet Rebels.
Was it good?
Amazing. Yeah, amazing gig, yeah. Awesome. But I'm really excited tonight, boys. I got to be honest. So obviously we've got Josh on vocals. We've got Jonny on lead guitars. And Jack fucking Black is your bassist.
Yeah, literally.
I wore my Tenacious D t-shirt ready to meet it.
That's it. And that is his real name. A lot of people thought it was like a play on his name, Blake, but that is
actually his name. So. I know, because I'm pretty sure Jack Black's real name isn't Jack Black.
Yeah.
Or Jack Black is the real Jack Black.
Yeah, his name's so unrealistic that he can't even get it on Facebook. They won't let him have it.
Yeah. And they had changed like Jack Jesus or something like that.
Yeah.
Jack Jesus.
That's actually why his name's Jack Jesus Black on Facebook. So there you go.
Is that what it is it?
Yeah, you couldn't get Jack Black because they thought he was trying to be Jack Black. So yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's mad, isn't it? But he should have said, I'm the real Jack Black, because he's not even called Jack Black.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's a bit shit, isn't it?
It's shocking, isn't it?
It is. So you guys got a new single out called Cold?
Yes, we do. Cold's a ballad. It's a bit different for us than what we usually do. But it's been with us since the start of the band, and
we've been sitting on this for a long time.
Yeah, like only recently have we been working with a new producer who sent the song back, and we just loved the production on it, so we thought let's put it out there.
Yeah.
Because we've been sitting on like 4 or 5 different recordings of this song, and we just weren't happy with it. So it's been nice to.
Yeah, it was hard to capture what we play on stage. Because on stage, the emotion of it, it's like people. I mean, we get people like crying during that song. I think I cried one time when we played the O2 in Glasgow. No, seriously, I did. It's hard to capture that in a recording. But then when we started working with this new producer in Los Angeles, Ryan, he completely changed it. And the version that we got back, I mean, he cut a 4.5 minute song to like 3 minutes, and the arrangement that we did, I mean, ours was like verse, chorus, whatever. But he completely changed it, and that's the version that we ended up going with because there was something really special about it. So
yeah.
Well, it is. I mean, I read it on your bio. It's actually a love story about holding a dead person. Is that right?
Yeah. So the story
basically
is that a lot of people.
That was worded.
A lot of people think. You're going to feel bad after this. A lot of people think it's a love song or a Christmas song. It's actually about my gran who passed away.
Oh right, okay.
I can laugh at that. But it's like it's one of those ones that I had a great relationship with my gran, and that song I wrote a few years after she had passed away. I just sat down one day, and that's what came to me. And it's just about the last time I seen my gran and the relationship that we kind of had. But a lot of people do think it's a love song or a Christmas song, funnily enough. But people can take what they want from it. It's everyone, you know. But yeah, that's what the song's actually
good though. It's one of those ones, like we said. I mean, we've sat on this for like 5 years, so it's been a long time, like coming to actually get it released and whatnot. But yeah, I'm glad we got this version because I think we'd have been really unhappy putting out another version of it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. Well, it's always good if you can put some emotions, genuine emotions into a song. You know, I think it gives a bit more of an authentic flavor, if you like.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
And
because that's what we had spoken about. That we did talk about like would we be doing like, should we do like a live session? Like we're all just like playing in the studio and just like take that recording and just run with that. Yeah, but we ended up still recording it individually, but we definitely got something back that we're actually really happy with. Yeah. So yeah,
cool.
Because you've been together since 2015, I believe.
Yeah.
So, and you had an EP come out in 2018 called Punk or Punk You.
Punk You.
Punk You,
Yeah.
I was having a read up, and I'm not sure whether have you had a previous album as well or not.
We've never released an album. We haven't had a previous EP.
Right.
One EP prior to that. And we'd done like a couple singles before that. But Punk You and Watch Our World were like the first 2 EPs. But again, we're not planning on doing an album right now. We're basically just working on singles and EPs at the moment. We want to do an album when we're with a label who can actually distribute it to as many people as possible. Like we love our music and we believe it's got huge potential to chart, but right now we've not got that in ourselves to get it there. So we're needing that backing to really make that soar to the masses.
Yeah.
But
we've got all the songs for an album, but it's just
we should do it like on our like 10 years, something like that. You know what I mean? Like
we'll just release like our
one
whole
album
back catalog.
We could totally do that. We've got like 50 songs. We actually have like such a back catalog of songs. It's unbelievable.
Well, you've got all these songs, you just haven't got any money to make it, or what?
We have genuinely got, I think, in the bag like 20 something songs at the moment that have never been heard. As in, like, fans have heard them played live, but they've never heard the recordings.
Yeah.
But it's recordings that we listen back to and we go, you know, that you can hear that had a time. Like, I remember like when we used to play stuff like that and be like, oh, that was really cool. But now I listen and I'm like, I wouldn't be happy putting that out in this, like even the song itself. Like, I don't even want to change it because I'm like, I can hear that time period of like, you know, 2015 to 2016 or 2017 of what we would play. Whereas our music over lockdown completely shifted, you know, like Hey Boy, Give It To Me Now, Helter Skelter, Debbie, Secret, like those songs are so different to what we were putting out like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's true.
Well, you can always mix them up a bit, can you?
Yeah.
You know, if you haven't released them, you can do whatever you want with them, really.
Yeah, we might go back to them, that's true, and rewrite.
Or we might sell them to someone. Ed Sheeran might want a new song.
I'm sure.
Oh, don't mention Ed Sheeran.
Big fan. I'm like,
I wouldn't really say I'm a big fan.
Yeah, you are. You are a big Ed Sheeran.
You are. You've even got the same colour hair as him.
I apologise. Like, this should be bright red, but it's not. This is what happens when I take time off.
So slightly earlier on, you boys got a greatest hits album already as well that you compiled that yourselves.
Yeah, that was funny. Again, that was just like a total compilation of just stuff between like the start and like lockdown, and we just sat down and chose our favorite songs. And again, it was just something that we're like, we want to put this out for like us, because we did feel that our sound was starting to change, and I'm like, I think that's a really good way to, you know, like do like a bookends, like A to Z of like that time period. And now we're moving on to something like, once we come out of this pandemic, our sound has definitely changed. You know, like even the sound quality is completely different now that we're working with a new producer. The producer we were working with prior is a really good friend of ours, Tom, and he would come up with a lot of like synth lines and stuff, whereas now that's more our responsibility now that we're working with someone else. So things definitely will sound different, but again, we're loving like the way that we're going and how the songs are coming back and how they're sounding. You know, it's the clarity is amazing. So
who are you working with?
So right now we're working with Ryan Benyo. He's a producer in Los Angeles. But prior, for the last 5-6 years, we've been working with Tom Lowry at Planet Studios in Coventry. My stepdad is an ex-Specials member. You might remember the Specials.
Yeah.
Why
are you trying to say I'm old or what?
No. But my stepdad was part of the Specials in the 90s when they reformed. So they used to record at Planet Studios, and that's where we ended up going. I mean, but everything was super fast for us. You know, you think about like the start of the band. Like my mom and stepdad managed the band, and I was so quick to begin with. Like you had just like left your band at the start. Like Josh's band was starting to fall apart. We just started this, and within 2 weeks, it was like, right, we need 4 songs. We're going to the studio in like a week, and we hadn't even written anything. So everything was so fast, like really on the spot. Yeah. But I was so glad about that because, you know, like I've been in bands prior, and it was all like, oh, let's save up money so that we can like fund recordings, and then it just wouldn't happen because someone would be like, I bought Isle of Wight tickets, and I'm just like, what's the priority here? Are we recording, or are you going to see Jess Glynn? Like, come on, make up your mind here. You know.
So was your dad in the specials when Terry Hall was in the specials, or?
No, Kendo actually was the replacement of Terry Hall. He was up front with Nev.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah. Terry's good.
Now Nev's doing Neville Hall specials, isn't he?
Yeah. So he's like got like the Neville Staples band, and I think the specials now.
Neville Staples, yeah, no, that.
Yeah, and I think it's now Linville, Terry, and is it Horace? I think they're still doing the original specials lineup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's good. Very good band live. Yeah, no, they're so good.
Yeah. One of them bands that was around when I was a kid, so you know.
They're not single by Sunday, so it's all good.
Yeah. So I mean, you obviously get some of your inspiration from like the early pop punk bands like Busted, and I mean, you've got a Busted song on your Spotify tracks, haven't you?
Yeah, we do. Year 3000.
Yeah.
That was just the reason we did that is we chose that to play live. At our shows, and the fans really liked it, so we thought, why not record it for them?
And our American manager, one of them who was on the roster, I think we were on his roster, was Kevin Jonas, the dad of the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah,
so we were on his roster, and obviously his sons covered that song, and made it like big in America. Because like over there, I mean, people don't know who Busted are. It's really strange. So who else was it? No one knows who Take That or Robbie Williams is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But they know Katie Tunstall because her song was in The Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
Like that was like baffling to me. I'm like, you don't know like someone who's selling out arenas, but you know Katie Tunstall.
Yeah.
It's so strange. So they didn't know who Busted were. But yeah, we were to cover it as well. Yeah. I love our version as well.
Yeah, well, Robbie Williams is like a one-hit wonder in America, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
People know the songs, they just don't know the name.
What's the song over there? It's probably Angels, is it?
Yeah, Angels, But that's
Probably,
it.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Man.
It's crazy how you can be so big in one place and then be completely unknown in another concert. Like, unbelievable.
Yeah. It's like my £600 life. You can be big over there, but then by the time you get over there...
Yeah, literally.
That's funny.
So good.
So you've achieved quite a lot then, really, in your early years, I suppose.
Yeah, like at the start of the band, like our managers were kind of just entering us into all these different competitions and stuff, and one of them was a one called Capital FM One to Watch, and we ended up going on to win that, and that got us in to play the Scottish Music Awards. So we were just put in front of all these industry people that were there, and from that
we played with the Bayside Rollers.
We got the Bayside Rollers, yeah.
They're cool.
Yeah, they were good.
It was so random.
Shang-a-lang, yeah.
It was just so weird. Like I was just like, what is this?
But as a new band,
when in Scotland.
Yeah,
exactly right.
That was really exciting for us. But from that, we got some PR stuff going, and a few years later, ended up going to America and Germany, and now here we are.
It's been a journey.
Doing what we're doing.
It's been a journey.
Yeah, we've been lucky in that sense, but it's been fun.
I can't wait till we get like a film about us or like a book or something.
Well, I was going to mention that because you've actually soundtracked to a film as well, haven't you?
Yeah. Never listened.
How did that go?
Also good. I was like, totally forgot about it. I was like, what one?
Yeah.
Josh never had any money from that.
Yeah. I was like, hold on a minute, am I being screwed over?
So I was listening to your music, and I was thinking, it's the kind of music that you would expect to hear in the little cafe on American Pie.
Yeah,
right?
literally.
And then I was on the phone, and I was like, oh, they soundtracked on the Never list. So I'm gonna have to. I don't know if is it on Netflix or on Amazon Prime or anything.
Amazon
Netflix.
Prime. You can check it out. I've seen it on Amazon Prime. I'm not too sure about Netflix.
It's like an indie like star film. I think it was one of the guys in Twilight. It's like one of the directors of it.
All right.
But it was just literally something that we got from a friend who we met at a festival, who knows that director, and was like, "Oh, we want to put your song forward," and we were just like, "Sure, see what comes of it." And
see, I'm listening to you because
Josh is just finding all this out.
Great.
No,
Josh is waiting for his check.
It was literally just like a friend of a friend passed on a song, and they came back and they were like, "We want to use it," and
that's
really
cool.
cool.
That's cool, isn't it? What's the film like?
It was cool. It was, like I said, it was an indie like star film. I'm trying to think. It was like a girl whose friend passes on, and they had like a list of things that they wanted to do, like a bucket list kind of thing.
Yeah.
And she basically goes and continues to like fulfill it.
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
What's his name from Shawshank Redemption?
Tom Hanks.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman does a film, doesn't he? What's that? It's called The Bucket List.
Yeah, it's an amazing film, that is.
Yeah.
I cry every time I watch it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well,
maybe what, Dave?
Get in the sequel
I
of
cry
that.
when I watch it. I only see the
cry?
bucket.
Pardon?
The
You
bucket
cry when you watch it?
Yeah.
Why?
There's a speech right at the end where, I don't want to spoil it, but Jack Nicholson is at a funeral. And at that stage, there's one line that he says, and it gets me every time. It's class.
I'll definitely watch it then.
See, the only film
sold
I've
me-
ever
you sold me
cried
on
at was Marley and Me, and I've honestly...
I laughed at that.
Did you?
Oh, I laughed at
Oh, I
that.
cried at
thought
that
it
the
was
first time I watched it.
hilarious.
I never cried.
I just couldn't take it serious. Everyone was like, "You're sick," and I'm like, "I can't take this serious at all."
Yeah,
God.
I did get upset, mine, with the dog's purpose. And, they've released new dogs where he sort of like keeps getting reincarnated.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wade.
Yeah.
That's because it's a dog. I always get upset. I probably cried at Bambi as well when I was a kid, to be honest. But
Brilliant.
101 Dalmatians.
yeah,
Did you cry 101 times?
I did. I remember. Well, you guys wouldn't remember this, but there was a film that came out it was probably the late 70s called The Champ. Do you remember?
Yes, we all went to the pictures to watch it together,
Yeah.
Dave.
And there was girls in the front, and they were all boiling their eyes out. And I thought it was really funny because they were crying. I was like, I must have been about 7 or something. Was I don't know.
I think I was crying as well.
I think I've seen that film, champ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm quite an emotional guy, you know.
No.
I am.
But
I was just reminiscing, like I just said, about your hair. I was like, I used to have blue hair.
I
When
used
I was
to
in
have
school.
fucking hair. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you can reminisce about the colour.
Yeah, I had a big blue Mohican, and I should change colours every week.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We actually weren't going to do that at the start. We were going to change up our hair, but then I think it was pretty soon on that we realized we're the only band that has been doing this and not changed our hair. So we just thought, let's just stick it out, and we've been doing this now. I think 6 years so far. So
Well, how old are you guys?
24, 5.
Yeah,
I really had to think there. I'm like,
yeah, I've just turned 28.
Okay, because I was looking at your picture on Spotify, and your band profile pic, and I was like looking at it, I was like, these guys look about 40, and they're trying to be kids. To be honest.
yeah.
Well, maybe we are.
I think it's me. I think it's me because someone actually told me I look 30, and I was like, is all that alcohol taking its toll? I'm being serious.
Probably.
That shouldn't age
Probably.
me that much. I was
Probably.
like, oh.
Most likely. Well, in a few years, our hair will probably start to fall out. So
Yeah, no,
we'll,
true.
we'll
Well,
be
it's actually quite refreshing for me to see that you are actually younger than I thought you were.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah, no, we need
Yeah, so you're like 38.
Yeah.
on the other weekend.
Don't tell anyone, man.
It is
So
good.
your hair colours could be kind of like your thing. So a bit like
It is.
sound really.
It's
Yeah,
their thing, Dave.
Yeah, so it's like you got JLS, didn't you? And they all had.
yeah.
Then you had the Spice Girls. They were different spices. Yeah.
And they had different colour hair.
Yeah, exactly. It's like our logo. I mean, fans got it tattooed and stuff. I think that was when we started to see fan tattoos of the logo. I was like, oh fuck. I was like, we can't change it now.
Yeah.
I was like, we're in it. We're in too deep.
Yeah. Well, I'm dyeing my hair brown in a few days, so let's do
Yeah.
it. I mean, nothing they can do. But yeah, I'm gonna go all brown. It'll be the first time I've dyed my hair totally brown without the red since the start of the band. So
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? You got a job interview?
nah,
No.
just for Christmas.
Oh, for Christmas. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, my hair looks crap, and I can't be arsed putting the bleach in and doing the dye, so I'm just like, I'll just go brown.
It's got to be red for Christmas, isn't it? It's got to be red for Christmas.
Nah,
Well,
Yeah,
you'd think
it's
so.
Christmas.
I'll wear a wig. Right, I'll get a wig.
But if you have it brown, you'd have to have a bit of white on top, so you'd look like a pudding.
I could do that.
I'll just wear a white Jewish skull cap thing.
That's a cheaper way of doing it, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. No, I don't think you should dye your hair brown. That's.
Oh, it's going to be back soon because we have.
I'll get it back.
We have.
If I don't dye it back, I'll get into trouble.
Yeah, no, we have some shows in America in March, so we've got to get in shape after Christmas. I'm not looking forward to that.
Oh, okay, so you have got some shows then, because when I went on your I read about you and done a bit of study and that. So when I went on your website, there wasn't any gigs up on there. So
Yeah, nothing's been announced really yet for 2022. But the plan is we've got Get in Shape, we've got America in March, and then I think after that's going to be UK tour, Germany, and potentially Asia. So
cool.
A lot of stuff.
But yeah, dates will start going up on the website soon. It's just finalising everything so that we don't need to keep going in and adding dates. Like, we just want to put them all up and have them there. But yeah, like Jonny said, I think March is when we'll start to go back out again. And everything will just kick off from there. So we're going to try and build up as much as we can.
We just need to lose that lockdown weight. That's like...
Yeah, Johnny's this is Johnny's big thing. He's like, let's go to the gym, let's go hammer the gym. So,
well, no, you need to.
We actually need to lose lockdown.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Before fucking lockdown weight.
I mean, if you're in your mid-20s and you all look 40, you definitely need to go to the gym.
Basically, yeah.
Our metabolism isn't the same as what it used to be.
That's the point.
Christ, we got no chance, Ted.
No. I really got to go to the gym.
I don't do the gym.
Yeah, I finished my physio.
It's the motivation. It's the nightmare. Once you're there, it's fine. It's just like that mindset to get there. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's creating the habit. It is.
Yeah,
because once you've created that habit, it's easy.
Exactly. That is it.
And
couldn't have said that better.
Genuinely, like, because I mean, the whole start of this year, January to March, I used to run 5 miles every day without a fail. And I'm like, I don't even know where I got that effort. I'm like, now I'm like, I can't be arsed. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I'm like, I don't even want to leave the house. I'm like, I just can't be bothered. Whereas I went every single day from January to March. So.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Like, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to go to the gym at least 4 times a week, but now I can't even make it 4 minutes in a week, to be honest. Now I'm just weak.
I've never been into it. I still manage to get to the kebab van twice a week. My jaunt.
Kebab? Oh, dude, I hate it when they call it out in America, don't they? A kebab. I'm like, it's kebab. A kebab.
Kebab.
Drives me crazy when they say kebab. I'm like, no.
Definitely kebab. I actually I went to Edinburgh. Probably 3 years ago. We went up to watch when Wales beat them in the rugby, and just thought I'd get that in it. And I actually walked miles and miles because my brother-in-law wanted a shish kebab, and we couldn't find a place that did chicken kebab. Is it with a K or a shish, like the lamb kebab?
Yeah.
Shish.
That's my favourite, like chunks of lamb. Oh
yeah.
It looks like a big dog poo.
No, it does not.
On a stick. That is a shish kebab.
Doner meat, that's worse.
Yeah, there's no nutrition in doner meat.
There's not
at all. No,
there's no fat in it or anything. That's good. I can eat loads of it then.
There's fat in it, but there's no nutrition in it, Dave. Nutrition.
You get that from a salad.
Yeah, but not much, is it? There's not fuck all nutrition in a salad, is it? So what's the biggest shows you played then, guys? Because
the biggest to date that we've done was in Boston. For
it was 2019 December going into 2020.
Yeah, bringing in the bells for 2020 in Boston, Massachusetts. We played to 54,000 people at that show, and it was televised over America as well on NBC. So that's the biggest show that we've done. Like, if it was our own show, like hometown show.
What I love about that is that my fondest memory of playing the gig was like, it was great, but then like the company that were flying us out, and like we were staying in this really bougie hotel in Boston. I mean, like, this is like, you know, big ceilings and suites, and everyone's all yeah, and we're just there like playing. Me and Jack, the bassist, are playing like Happy Chappy, like chapping people's doors and like running away, and it's just like, I just love that because I'm like, we just don't care. I just don't care about any of that. I'm like, I love playing the gig and stuff like that, but I'm like, all this like, fancy hotels and stuff, I was like, that just does not faze me one bit. It was so much fun.
Happy Chappy.
It actually was class. But the gig itself was amazing.
Yeah.
Looking out to that many people was really weird. Like, I thought it would be more scary than it was. I had a lot of fun. And then people started fighting in the crowd mid-show, and it was on TV, and I had to stop the song and call them out and get security to take them out. Like, literally mid-show. I was like, stop the song. But it was so cool because like we had like we'd rehearsed the songs and stuff like that, but stopping the song, and I think I did like a really quick countdown and being like 3, 2, 1, and it was like right back in, and everyone was on time. And I was just like looking back, I'm like, we were such a tight band at that point. Obviously, like we need to get back into that because it's like we've been like 2 years off. But like, God, we were so good.
Yeah,
we
that
were
was
really
cool.
killing.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
How did you manage to pull that off then, that gig?
So
that gig is one of our American managers does that show.
Yeah, well, actually the year before, so we headlined for the Bringing in the Bells for 2020, so that we got the headline slot. But the year prior to that, we were on main support. So I think whoever it was that seen us wanted us to come back and headline. I think it was the mayor or something actually of Boston. I think that's how it worked.
It was through NBC Boston, NBC 10. They were the ones that like gave us like the confirmation email and was like, "Do you guys want to do First Night Boston?" We were like, "Hell yeah!"
Yeah. It was really cool though because they took us around Boston. We done like an interview that was on TV over there as well, and it was just really weird, like.
Just different from what we'd usually do. You know, it was like when like a film crew turn up and you're like at lunch and it's all like, okay, we're gonna get this angle and stuff, and we're just like, okay.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was weird. I was like, I just want to eat my chicken katsu in peace. Like, come on, give me a break.
How we got it? You said how we got it. It's just
right. It's right. Like the whole industry is like right time, right place. I mean, like it's who, you know, like I said with that song in that film, it's literally we happened to do a festival in Harrisburg in 2017, and a guy that we met liked our music, passed it on to a friend, and that friend is directing the film. It literally was just like right place, right time. Because if we didn't do that festival, who knows where we'd be.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Where that festival actually got us, that same guy who got us the film also passes on to one of his friends who ended up managing us for a while in America. And that's how we got First Night Boston, and it's all just been a big snowball thing. So yeah, but like we're having a great time, you know, and I think as well, like musically, the way we're headed and stuff, we're really happy with it, and we're just loving life, you know.
You've done the Vans tour as well.
Vans. Yeah. Oh my God.
And that was with Sum 41, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was amazing. Vans Warped Tour was like, for me, best day of being in the band. Yeah. Not best gig, but best day. Like that for me was just like, you know, that's such a bucket list thing for me. That was like, I used to watch Vans Warped Tour as like a kid, like all these bands, you know, back in the MSN days when you come in and like be on the computer till 9 or whatever, and like watch all these bands on YouTube playing these stages, and I was just like, I want to be there one day. And then when we got told that it was like, you know, the final year, I was like, oh, we're never gonna get this. This sucks. And I actually wrote a song about us not getting it. And then we had a competition. You guys know Slam Dunk Festival?
Yeah.
So there was a competition going out, and it was like, you know, however many votes you get to win to play a stage of Slam Dunk. And we're like, oh, this will be great. So you know, we did the whole Twitter campaign, and we won it basically. And unfortunately, we had a gig with Sister Sledge in Edinburgh, and we couldn't do it. But then, unfortunately, one of the sisters had passed, and the gig got cancelled. And it was too late. We had to turn down Slam Dunk, and then that happened a week later that she passed, and we couldn't do the Edinburgh gig. So we phoned back and we're like, "Look, can we please do Slam Dunk?" And we're like, "We're giving it to someone else." And we were just like, "Oh, for God's sake!" Like it was absolutely awful. And then literally we were coming back from America, and we just landed in Glasgow, and our management checked their emails, and an email had come in being like, "Do you guys want to play Vans Warped Tour?" And I was screaming in the airport, like absolutely screaming. Not the best place to be screaming, but just screaming the place down. It was unbelievable. And for us, that was just like such a bucket list thing.
Yeah, it was really
amazing.
Cool.
So
cool. It was really cool.
Well, if you got all them votes then to win that competition, I reckon you'll be on par for being the highest viewed podcast. What do you reckon, Dave?
Gotta be.
Sure, why not?
You know, if you put it out to all your fans, then you could be challenging Right Said Fred for the top spot.
Yeah, he's given us that link. We'll put it over.
Yeah,
put a bit of pressure on you now.
No, but it's definitely been a while back for sure. But Vans Warped Tour was cool. Like seeing all these bands that we grew up watching or hearing them and stuff, like seeing them in person, like backstage. I was like, oh my God. I was like fangirling in the bathroom. I'd talk to them, walk away, and be like, "Oh my God!" And then be like, come in the bathroom, like, "What's up?" Did
you get to speak to any of the guys out of like Sum 41 or whoever else was there?
They weren't there that day. That was the one day that I think that was like they weren't doing the shows that we were doing. It was really annoying because that's why we covered one of their songs.
Yeah,
I was like, people aren't going to get to hear them. I was like, so we're going to play it.
Yeah, it was Asking Alexandra.
303. War Park, Most of the White, Mayday Parade, Chelsea Grin, Pally Royale, As It Is, Don Brocco. There was like all these bands just getting to like hang out, and I was just like, oh my God, this is just like the best thing ever. I was gutted as well because Knocked Loose had stopped their tour dates 2 days prior. They did the Warped Tour like prior to that, and I was like, oh, I really want to like.
I would have loved to have met Sum 41. That would have been good.
Yeah, Derek Woodley.
Woodley or something.
Yeah, some.
Yeah, well.
Vans Warped Tour really was amazing though.
Was that the tour the Blackout filled in for Sum 41?
No, was it?
I don't know.
I don't think so. No.
One of the tours. It was either Vans Warped Tour or I'm pretty sure it was a Vans Warped Tour.
It might no because right. So the one that we were on was the last cross country tour, and they were saying like the last Vans Warped cross country tour, and that was like it was all in the detail of the words because they stopped doing the full country after that. Like we did the last one, but they came back a year later and did last Vans Warped Tour, and it was like only in specific places. So it was like LA and then like San Diego, New York. So they only did like 7 dates instead of like the full like 20 that they usually do. Yeah. So I think maybe that's the one that the Blackout filled for. Something.
I don't know what year was that.
That would have been 20. We did what 2018.
Mm-hmm. No, the Blackout split up in 2015. Was it 2014?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then it would have been way back then.
Yeah. Well, I know Sum 41 pulled out of one, and then the Blackout moved into their slot.
I seen them live. I seen them in 2012 in Australia. That was really cool.
Yeah, you've seen them in Australia, do you?
Yeah, I used to live there.
Oh, right, okay.
15 years for a bit, and me and my brother went to a festival called Soundwave, which isn't a festival anymore. I got to see like Linkin Park, Bullet from a Valentine. There's a Welsh band for you.
Yeah. Doing it.
Got to see Blackout. Got to see Paramore, Sleeping with Sirens.
Well, Blackout are a Welsh band as well.
Are they? Okay, I something in my mind was like, hold on. I was like, this sounds familiar, but then I was like, it's the guy. I want to say Sean.
Yeah, Sean Smith.
Yeah. He's got coloured hair.
Yeah, he had white hair, didn't he?
Oh well, he did have at one point. I remember when.
And then he had a fucking pink fringe.
Or pink or something. Yeah. No, it was cool though. It was cool. I think
he's cool. We've had him on the show actually, Sean.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I think
cool.
For us, I think the best thing is just touring, like getting to see new places and traveling and stuff. That's the most fun.
Yeah, that's good. Well, you've obviously achieved a lot if you've been around, practically been around the world, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
that's amazing.
That's the thing, though. It's all been like a real big whirlwind. I think when lockdown hit, I think that's when we started to like look through like the hard drive of like videos and gigs and photos and look and go, we've done like a lot. We've really toured, like so many bands like barely ever leave Scotland, never mind the UK.
Yeah, lockdown was weird for us because like literally going from being so busy just to doing nothing really. I mean,
we had
really
10 months of touring lined up to literally sitting at home for like months on end.
Yeah,
it was such a shame as well because we had a 5 Seconds of Summer gig in September, like on support, and that got pushed to the wall, and I was raging about that because I was like, that was going to be such a big show for us, like it was in a new state we'd never been to, and that's another thing for me. I'm like, I want to be able to say I've toured every single state, and it was in New Hampshire and we've never been. So that would have been like a really like cool show as well, playing with 5 Seconds of Summer. But then, all went to the wall. So
yeah. Oh, that's a pity you can't get back on with them again.
True. I know it just depends on when they're rescheduling, when our schedule fits in, or whatever we've got lined up. Because we're one of these bands like if we're booked to do something first, we're going to honor that.
Yeah.
So we just need to see what comes.
Yeah. Well, that's the best way you don't piss people off, then, isn't it?
Well, exactly. I know.
Now they won't book you again. They'd be like, fuck them boys,
Yeah. Or who knows? Maybe they'll support us. Who knows?
Maybe. Yeah.
That's it.
If they don't, maybe the Bay City Rollers will.
Maybe. Well, they can't now. The Les McCune died. He died a couple of years ago. So.
Oh, did he?
It was recently. I don't think it was.
No, it was like a couple of years ago, man.
No.
It was recently.
Dude, it was recently.
Yeah.
I didn't. I did thought he was still alive.
No, he's passed away. He was young. He was quite young. Like I say, young, but
93.
Oh, it was this year. I died on the 20th of April.
Oh. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Well, there you go. So no Bay City Rollers supporting us.
Yeah. Oh well, no Les anyway.
Yep.
Yeah. They can always pull another singer in, can't they? They do it quite a lot now, don't they? All these.
Dave can sing.
Oh, sorry.
Dave can sing for them.
Dave. Can you put on a Scottish accent, Dave?
Oh, come on, squeak up.
It's not, my Scottish accent isn't very good. My Welsh accent sounds like an Indian accent, so my Scottish accent's got no chance.
I could probably squeeze out an "Och, the new."
Just sing 500 miles by the Proclaimers and you'll win the
yeah, we could all do that.
Yeah, we could do that.
It always works.
Cracking song.
All right, then, guys. So I've got we do a section on the show now called the Word Police.
Okay.
And it's basically we talk about words, or we pick a word every show that's been banned by the Word Police.
Okay.
So today's word is huts. Huts.
Huts?
Like a shed.
Yep.
Okay.
And the reason why it's banned is it's ethnocentric.
What?
What's that mean?
These words are way too big.
I'm going to have to whip out a dictionary or something.
Well, every word that's been banned has been banned for being fucking ethnocentric. They can't think of anything else to ban it with.
Yeah.
And you have to replace it with small houses. I mean, not all huts are small houses, are they?
Oh, I get what you're saying. So the word huts has been
Banned.
Yeah, they want to ban the word
They
hut.
want to. Oh, they've banned it in certain places.
So
Yeah.
George Lucas.
What are they going to call Jabba the Hutt then?
Jabba the Small House.
Small house.
George Lucas rung us yesterday, and he was well pissed off, saying he's going to have to retitle all the Return of the Jedi movies.
Jabba the
Small house.
So you're not allowed to say word midget either, because midgets usually live in huts, I guess. So now you've got to say little people living in little houses.
Which I think that's worse.
That's even worse.
It does. I think changing it like makes it worse. Like I think for anyone who's thinking that it's bad, they're the ones that are making it a deal about it.
Yeah, this is just people that have no life and complain about it.
Well, it's more condescending, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, we had the same thing. There was a thing in Glasgow. It was like a billboard. It was outside the Radisson, and it was like a man reading a newspaper, like lying on a bed, and like a woman reading a magazine. And then there was so many people that complained because they were like, "This is so sexist," because like women can read newspapers and men can read magazines, and I was just like, "Who cares? Who actually gives?" Yeah, and like literally, they complained so much and I got taken down. I was like, "These people," I would just let them complain. Like, who actually cares about a billboard?
It was a billboard.
It was a billboard like poster. I don't know what it was promoting, but it was like a couple lying on the bed, and they were just reading like magazine and newspaper, and that was like a big controversy. I was like, why? Who has the time to care?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe the guy was reading like Sports Weekly.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Page 3.
Yeah. And then the woman was reading Women's Only or something, whatever it's called.
Sam Fox is on page 3. Let's look.
It's like, fucking hell. People are just so sad, aren't they?
Yeah.
All these complaining people, I mean. Not us. We're not. We're complaining. We're complaining about the word police.
Oh, no, I totally get it. Yeah, I've got no time for it. I'm just like, whatever.
Well, that's good because a lot of people we actually speak to now we started doing this are pretty much in agreement with us. So because I'm really struggling to find out who the word police actually are.
Well, you're going to interview everyone to find out.
I think it's disgusting. You support the word huts. It's disgusting, and
So every time you watch Star Wars, now you'd be thinking that's Jabba the Small Eggs.
You've actually spoiled the film for me. I just got a VR headset, and 3 of the games that I've downloaded is Star Wars. So
this is where, like, because of this, if this becomes big enough, this is where like all the original tapes and DVDs value just goes up.
Yeah, maybe.
The original name, like,
Yeah, well, where's it going to end, isn't it?
Oh, I know.
Never.
It's unbelievable.
You just won't be able to talk.
Oh yeah.
No, you won't. No, especially on programs like this.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll definitely be cancelled.
Oh, we did get cancelled.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we've been cancelled loads. We got the worst one was definitely the 5 seconds of summer thing because we were allowed to announce we were supporting them, but because they hadn't announced that we could support, like, they hadn't announced it. There was no confirmation on their team's end, but we were posting up, and then like all their fans online were just like, "You're not supporting them," and it was all this like "kill yourself" and all this stuff. I was like, God, I was like, these kids are a nightmare. So I ended up just putting my phone in a drawer for like 2 weeks.
Oh, actually, I was on Twitter the other day, and somebody posted a tweet, and they said, "I wonder if all the Post Malone fans are crying now." Because I don't know what's happened with Post Malone, but
where is he, man?
So I replied to the tweet and I said, "Why is he dead?" And then the person replied back to me and said, "No, but I wish you were." So I was like, so I just posted like loads of laughing faces, and I got more likes on that than the other tweet. So
see, this is the thing. It's like Twitter is just one of these places that's just like so full of like keyboard gangsters. I'm like, people wouldn't say this stuff if they were in person. It's just such.
What makes Twitter so toxic though is you can't delete people's like comments.
Yeah.
Do you know everywhere else you can, but if someone says something on Twitter,
you can't delete it.
You can't delete theirs.
You can. It's because Jack Dorsey, the guy who owns Twitter, he just wants controversy. That's what he wants. Like that's his thing. He loves that kind of stuff. So it's just like he's never gonna change it.
But you can delete your original tweet and then delete the thread, can you?
But you can't delete people's comments on your tweet. You know, like on Instagram, if someone comments, you can delete their comment. You can't do that on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like Twitter for us is just ridiculous. It's so toxic, and I'm just like I just don't really care about Twitter in that sense.
I think you've got to kind of just laugh at it. And
you do.
I fucking laugh at everything I do. I don't care.
I think that is it. I mean, after that whole 5 seconds of summer thing, it was just a whole, nightmare. We just completely changed as like you just kind of adapt with it. But I think for us, that was our real first like stroke of the plague of Twitter. It was just like that was our first real slap of like, God, everyone's an asshole. You know what I mean? Like everyone in this day and age, like our generations are like totally chill. It's the next generation that
I don't know what they're putting in.
They're all like online.
The
like
kids' water these days, man. But it's fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, I would say that about your generation.
Really?
I don't know. I mean, you're forgetting we're 40. So.
Oh yeah.
They're pre-millennials, aren't you? So you're not millennials, you're pre-millennials, aren't you? So it's the millennials.
Yeah, it's the Gen Zs that are like, ugh.
Yeah, it's the millennials now.
Oh my God, you've offended me. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, in your like generation, the offended generation, then, because who's banning all this shit? They must be your age.
Our generation isn't the offended one; it's the next one. It's the kids that are in school now.
Yeah.
They're the ones that you like. Stand 10 feet close to them. They're like, oh my God, pedophile. Like it's just like, it's like, come on. Like, so true. No, but it's so true. It's just like, oh my God, you were like 10 feet next to me at the bus stop. You've got to be a nonce or something. It's like, go away. It's so true. It's just like, oh my God.
You know what it's down to, isn't it? It's because they don't have slaps. So when I was growing up, our mum would give me a slap. If I went to school and misbehaved, the teacher would give me a slap. Yep. If our mum found out my teacher would give me a slap, she'd give me another fucking slap. And
if your mum didn't give you a slap, my mum would.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that's true. Because nowadays it's all if you hit me, I'll phone the.
And everyone's like this. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, there's a police officer. I'm gonna film you." It's like
shocking, isn't it?
So I think mobile phones are the issue. There you go. Like they have the evidence that you hit them.
Social media ruined everything.
Yeah.
I always say that. Like when this came about to like a really big extent, they didn't do it with the internet. They should have put like barriers on certain things that you can access. I mean, you can literally Google how to make a bomb. Like people shouldn't be having that access to info. True. It's so bad.
That was so random you saying that.
No, but it's so true. It's the same with like Twitter and stuff like that. People shouldn't be allowed to just go on and make a profile and then like catfishes other people or post like things like that. There should be all these like things to stop that, but there's just not. It's just things have just gone like way too far. But social media ruined everything. I mean, I remember the good days of like playing in the streets. You remember that?
Yeah.
Like
but did you have a mobile phone?
Pardon?
Did you have a mobile phone then?
I got my first Sony Ericsson when I was 13, I think, or 10 or 13. It was something like that. But I mean, I couldn't even get to the internet on that. Like that would cost too much money. I would go to the garage to get my top up. 10p a text. MSN. 7 till 9 p.m. That was it. That was my internet. So like, playing in the street, lights would come on, time goes out, or your parents would be calling you and for like tea. That was the good days. When you'd be playing Kirby. Do you guys call it Kirby down there?
Yeah, Curbs. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like I missed that because it was like you seen people out in the street. It was like you made friends.
Yeah.
It's a totally different thing. Now, like at our gigs, we'll like see fans who come up to us and go, I've made this new friend. They're like, they're in Glasgow, but they're like, I've made this new friend from Indiana.
Yeah.
Like, well, you don't really know. That could be some like 60-year-old man, like called like I don't know, Nakia or something. I don't know. Like,
quick, Dave, delete that profile.
Exactly, I know. It's just Dave sitting down there with his John.
I just got 10 phones with different profiles. I was saying that mine because like when I was a kid, everybody would be out on Christmas Day, and Christmas morning the streets would be full of kids with new bikes and skateboards and all that. And because of the technology age, you look out the window Christmas morning, it's empty. Everybody's in there on their phones because most kids have phones or iPads or whatever, don't they? Yep. Stuff, and you very rarely see kids out in the streets playing anymore.
I think it is really sad though. I think it's really sad that like all that's changed. Because I don't know, there was something really nice about like growing up and like going outside and there being like a sense of like community there. You know, like you would grow up with those people. Now it's like everyone just stays in their house. It's so lame.
Yeah.
Josh is a bit different because he's got a VR headset, so we've lost him to the world. Josh is just like VR headset on all the time. Like, look at this.
See you later, guys.
This is literally Josh.
He's gone shark fishing.
He got this like 2 weeks ago, and every day, just like this. I'm just like, oh my god.
Is that on your PlayStation 4 or 5 or whatever, is it?
No, it's all in that. It's all in
PC.
Built in. Yeah.
Oh, it's just things are actually built into the headset, are they? That's right.
You can actually, weirdly enough, you can watch Netflix on that.
No way.
Why would you want to watch Netflix on that when you can watch it with your own eyes on a screen?
Yeah, because you could be sat with your missus or your partner watching Netflix. Well, you could be watching porn while she's watching.
David's off again.
That sounds like a fucking great idea. Let me get on Amazon. I'm going to buy one now.
I was in the Bahamas last night. It was brilliant.
Yeah, it's just times definitely changed.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought you. To be honest, I thought your generation was what you're talking about. But I mean,
you guys are the same age as my son, and like he used to be out playing Christmas morning. He used to be out playing football or rugby or
good old days.
We had bikes and skateboards and stuff. I mean, I'm a gamer, so he was brought up playing games and being into video games. But firstly, like you said, until it was dark, he was out, at the front playing.
Yeah. It's just crazy how times have changed.
You have a message.
Yep, sorry about that.
And you definitely did, Ted, didn't you? When you were a kid, you were out.
Well, there was no such thing as mobile phones.
Yeah.
When I was a kid.
I never had one until I was 18. Until I had my first job, I didn't have a mobile phone. So that's
actually kind of good.
Until I was 18.
That's a good way of like learning the value of money, though.
Yeah, it was.
I'm actually being dead serious.
Yeah,
that was really good.
Paying my way.
Good on you.
Yeah, that's the best way. I mean, my daughter's got a mobile phone now, and she's 9.
Take it off her.
I wouldn't have given it to her. I mean, she lives we co-parent, so her mother gave her old phone, and I can't get it off her now. You know what I mean?
So yeah, I've got a daughter. She's only 15 months old, and
she's got a phone already.
No.
And she's got a VR headset as well. Watching.
Be careful.
No, it's great. It's like, here, go play. Just stick the VR headset on, and she's in the middle of Jurassic Park or something.
She's back in the womb.
Yeah.
Happy as Larry.
But
yeah, no, I'm dreading that day. Like her wanting her first phone, but I'll probably just give her a wee Sony Ericsson.
You should give her like that brick Nokia that we all used to have.
I'm like, here, this is what I used to.
Or like the Motorola.
Snake on it.
But be careful, because I don't know if you've noticed over there, but I've noticed over here that a lot of the young kids now all have glasses.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Well, I've got no chance then. Jeez, oh.
Because and it's all from mobile. They're just ruining kids' eyesight, to be honest.
Right now? So
Yeah,
the squint
it's
eyes
terrible.
thing, that is true. Like,
Pop down to school and have a look. No, I don't mean in that. I mean just have a look at all the kids.
I've got a profile you can use if you need to go down there.
I don't want to get cancelled again.
Why that fucking Ed Sheeran guy over there?
Yeah, just make sure you take a guitar with him.
Oh my god.
My kids had their first phones, I'll be honest, they were 11, and I was because they were going to comp and they were catching the bus home. Yeah. So we just gave them it was a brick thing, do you know what I mean? Like the old Nokia, whatever number it was Snake, and that was all they had. They had no internet access or anything, but it was just to get hold of us if they were going to be late or
yeah, that's it. Fair. Like at the end of the day, I totally respect that. I mean, that was my first one. I would give Luna that, like being like, here's your first phone. It's like to call and text.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You don't need like the Twitter and Instagram and all that at like age 10 or.
No.
Ridiculous. It's so dangerous as well.
Yeah.
But I have got a story. So I was going to bring this up at my daughter's wedding. So she had a phone during the 6 weeks of summer holidays. During the day when it was light, she'd be bothering with her little cousin and they'd be out playing. Then when they came home, she'd be on a mobile phone talking to her cousin for hours and hours and hours. So I went in the bedroom and I was like, who are you talking to? She was like, oh, I'm talking to Vivian. I said, you've been with her all day. You don't need to speak to her now. Who's paying for the phone bill? It's okay, Dad. She rang me. I said, it's not okay because that's your mum's auntie and she's going to give your mum a bollocking. So kept going on. And then my daughter was saying, oh, I'm having phone calls from somebody, Dad, saying they need to speak to like the provider or whatever. And then they cut her off. Mm-hmm. So what I found out was I paid for a phone bill through a second bank account, which I used for PayPal, and I only ever kept like £100 in there or whatever. She had mounted up around about nearly £2,000 worth of phone calls on a mobile phone during the 6 weeks holiday. And so then I was like, so I gave her, I just lost the plot. And I never swore at my kids. And I think I called her a fucking twat or something like that. my son was shaking. He thought I was going to kill her. So I went to McDonald's to get food. Come back. He was like, oh, you're right, Dad. And I was like, yeah. So when I come back, I was saying to like my daughter, right, we'll get the bailiffs in. I'm going to have to sell the TV. I've got to sell this, got to sell that. So to be fair, because she did realize the value of money, she gave me a list of stuff I could sell out of her bedroom and all to pay for the. You know what I mean? Just so, but then I think we banned her from having makeup. She was grounded and, you know, but I did threaten to bring it up at a wedding. So at least I brought it up on a podcast.
My God. Dude. Unbelievable.
Oh,
that is why I will not get a credit card. I've got like, you know, I think it's the debit card I've got where you like the money that's on it you can use.
Yeah.
You have like credit card where you can just go and buy whatever and you have to pay it back. Not a chance. That is bad news for me. I would be like going nuts. I'd be like, woo! That's why I like £10 top up worked for me. I would know how much I've used and then when it's run out and I'd read like.
I wish we'd had that because there was no cap on it. And then the first thing I did, I made because she had to have a phone because she was out and about and whatever. Yeah. So I made sure there was a cap on there. And the company, because I threatened to cancel it, it made me laugh. I can't remember who it was, but they came back and said, "You're such a good customer. We'll give you this account for £5 a month." And we'll cap it, and you can have a free Sony PSP. Because I was like, yeah, I spent fucking $2,000 with you. That's why you're not giving me anything. I took the PSP anyway.
You deserve it.
Yeah, the expensive fucking PSP. I
know.
The PSPs were great.
They were class.
They were really
good. Tekken on the PSP.
Tekken.
Childhood, yeah, that's class.
All right then, guys. Well, thanks for talking to us.
It's been great. Thank you. This is like one of the interviews that has actually felt really not like an interview.
It's not an interview, that's why.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, well,
there you go. We don't actually like calling them interviews. We just have a fucking chat and have a laugh. Like,
we're music fans. We are, guys. That's what it's all about.
That's awesome. Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, we can get back to Wales at some point soon.
Yeah.
Oh wait, there's a festival we're supposed to be playing. Oh, what was the festival that we were supposed to play? Monmouth Festival. Don't know if you know it.
There's one that's a blues festival in Linton, which is Monmouth, but I don't know. I'll have to have a look. There's
a festival that we're supposed to be playing, but keep an eye out on our website because we'll definitely post it as soon as we can. But hopefully we can catch you guys. If you come along, just message us on Instagram.
Yeah. Like I said at Terry, my kids will love your music as well because they're big into all that as well. So I'll come with the kids.
Definitely, yeah. Drop us.
They're older than you.
Brilliant. No, honestly, guys, thank you so much. Like, definitely hit us up whenever to do this again. This was great.
Oh, what I want you to do is let me know when you've got a new single coming out.
Yeah, okay.
That's a bit more poppy, rocky type style.
We're re-releasing. We're actually re-releasing.
We can say this to you. Like we are re-releasing a song that we've just put out, but it's a remastered version from Ryan, Benio, and Ellie. So that is called Hey Boy. You can listen to it just now.
What's it called?
Hey Boy.
Hey Boy. So that's
Gay Boy.
Yeah.
Hey Boy.
Oh, I thought it was a Gay Boy.
So that'll be out January.
Around 21st.
So it would be really cool to come on again and talk about that.
Well, what we'll do, we'll get you on the radio, and then we can play it on the radio as well.
Yeah, hell yeah, let's do it.
Thank you.
Let's do it, man. That's awesome.
Have you got a video for Cold?
Right, no, we're going to be doing one next year. Hopefully.
Yes and no. We've got an unofficial video that we made that's going out soon.
Because I'll need to stick a video of yours on the end of this episode as well. See?
Yeah. So I'll. Kendall's got your email, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What I could do, I'll talk to Kendall about the video. Did you say you would use that video somewhere, or?
I'll put it on the end of this.
Okay. I'll speak to Kendall and ask him when we're putting that out because
he could send you.
Yeah, he could probably just send you that.
Okay.
That'll give you something to put out with it.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll have to nick one of your old videos. You know, and put one of your old videos on the end.
Go on Google and be like YouTube to MP4. Download like URL.
Is this
No, it'll be a video.
Okay.
Oh, surprise! Yeah, it's going to be embedded within this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Terry's proper switched on. He might look old as fuck, but he knows what's happening.
No, we never used to edit stuff, but I don't know. You probably haven't. Well, you obviously haven't watched any of my latest episodes then, or our latest episodes, I should say. Because now we have a background and everything on there, and there's stuff going in and out.
You've edited it.
Yeah. Sweet. I edit it all up now, and then I usually stick your new single on the end with your video. But if you haven't got a video, then I can't stick it on the end.
Okay.
Right.
Well, if you're really techie, then just change this green screen to something. Put us on like a beach in like the Caribbean or something.
No.
He's like, fuck off.
Yeah, and on that note.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
See you later, guys.
Christmas, boys.
Have a good Christmas.
You too.
Bye-bye.
And a happy New Year, because this will be coming out after Christmas. So
Yeah, this will be our first one out after the New Year.
yeah, will it?
I think so.
All right.
Hey.
Okay. Happy
Thank
New
you
Year.
so much, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Ta-da.
Wake up, kid, you're not the same. You're not the boy you used to be back in the day. You were fun, but things have changed. Fun is what you had. It can change you, make you, break you, take you back. You were fun, but now you're sad. I said, hey boy, you're no fun anymore. You know age is just a number, and it's all what you feel. You know life's so very real. I said, hey boy, you're no fun anymore. A friend is what you need. You're a loner in your town at 23. You had friends, you had me. The time is running out. We're getting older by the day, without a doubt.